Danity Kane. So it's like, it's different, it's hard. And when you have a dream, we're both of us, this is what we dreamed of our whole lives, and we're sitting here trying to make sense of it now, you know what I mean, and trying to keep the fans happy at the same time. It's kind of hard, you know, we're put in this position that we didn't ask to be in, and we're being told to fix it, and we have no idea how. I thought all of us were gonna, you know, like, or maybe talk, or, you know, or maybe even if Aubrey didn't come back, because I don't know how Puff was feeling about that, if the four of us got together and see where we wanted to start, I didn't know what to expect. I just know that I got off the plane, went to the hotel, and found out that I was the only one there, and then Drea came the next day. I'm still surprised at it all. I'm still trying to recover from the first fire. So, I'm still confused. I still don't know. Like, that's just, I'm just being so honest. I have no idea. Our lives are on hold right now. We are not getting, you know, like, it's like you being told, okay, you're in a group in your corporation, and half your group is fired, and the other ones don't show up, and your plan or your marketing plan that you were supposed to make, you can't make now because none of your members are there. However, you still have a deadline, and you still have people waiting for it. Like, we have fans waiting for something that we have no idea to give. You know what I mean? And it's not like we don't want to give it. We just don't know how we're going to put two people on stage and do damaged. You know what I mean? And that it be fulfilling for fans.
So, do you want to see maybe the other girls come back, or maybe new girls come
I
back?
want to see the five. I want to see Danity Kane. Like, that's what I always wanted. I never not wanted that. I think, you know, when Puff has a different decision, that's what you have to accept. But I want the four other ones, because that was what worked. That was a formula. That was what made us big. So why go with someone else when this works so well? Even if we weren't the best of friends, the business worked. That's how I felt.
Do you think there's any chance that you guys can reconcile it?
I don't know. All I know is everyone had a chance to come. Everyone had a chance to come back and make this work. And only two of us showed up. That's all I know. That's just facts.
Right. Have you spoken to Aubrey and D Woods?
I haven't spoken to anyone except for Andrea until she left recently to go home. I thought we all came in this to be a part of it. Even with all the trials and tribulations, I thought the big common dream was tunnel vision, was music. And I felt that maybe that's not everybody's heart. Like, everybody else has maybe other goals and dreams that are maybe before that. And I'm okay with that, but I wish I would have known that. Because maybe I wouldn't have put everything into it. You know, I put my entire soul into this. Puff is a businessman.
Right.
Okay? Puff knows what's smart. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what he is. And everyone knows that. So if Danity Kane is, you know, a platinum group who sold the most on a label, if you're the biggest selling thing on a label, no matter how much beef you have, at the end of the day, you swallow your pride, because that's where your money or your revenue is for your business. So I'm pretty sure Puff didn't have any feelings toward it. I think he knew, like, you know, we have a big fan base, Danity Kane's on top, like, we got to get this stuff fixed. I mean, that's why I think he kept trying to fix it. Like, he was like, I think, because when he was telling me, we thought everybody was coming back. I think he's devastated. I think I just think he thought that people would just be like, get over it, because he's a man. Like, you know, men don't, you know, he's like, okay, it's over with. You know what I mean? I think he's just confused. I think he's a little bitter. He's angry for it, and I think that's messed up for day 26, because, like, Puff is like, I'm kind of over groups anyway, so y'all bet, you know, he's on that tip right now. So it sucks for them, man.
But now maybe are you gonna have a solo career? Like, do you see yourself putting out a solo album?
I'll never say never, but that was never in the like, that's the crazy thing that thing that was brought up. If I had a solo career, I would already be getting ready to gear up for something. That's what makes me so angry, is because I had no idea any of this stuff was happening, and it makes me like, people like, she's in cahoots with him, and first of all, it's not really an awesome thing to be in cahoots with Puff. Like, no one's ever in cahoots with Puff. Puff is in cahoots with himself. Everyone who knows Puff he rolls with himself. So me having a relationship and a side hustle, Puff don't have them. He cares about business. His hustle is money. You know what I mean? That's what he does, and he does it very well. So for me, I'm just devastated, because I'm like, I wish the rumors were true, because maybe then I would be okay. You know what I mean? But they're not. It's not like that. I'm writing, and maybe there will be if I stay true and keep hustling, because Puff only hangs with people who break their necks and bend over backwards for their craft. So I don't even think he's on that tip yet, you know?
Right.
He just wants to see how great I can be at what he tells me to be great at. I don't know what to say to that. Like, yay. like, yo, she plays Playboy. Like, that's great.
Right.
I don't know what to say.
No, I know.
Like, what do you say? I mean, she has a great body, so yay. I don't know. I can't tell somebody what their career move is. Maybe that's what they want their career to be. I can't say that. Will I do that right now? My mom would beat me. But, I mean, would I sneak? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say, I would never do it. Shane, no. I'm not that person. I don't judge.
Because then if you say that and then you go out and do it, then people
well,
are
then if
like...
I say that and then I'm naked somewhere at a beach and then someone thinks like Dawn being nude girl. No, it's like whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't judge people. Good for her. Like, I'm not going to give it more time than that.
Right.
I think people give it too much time, actually. Everything's crazy. The boys, I think, are scared because of all the bad history with things that have happened, like the band, of course, Danity Kane having all this craziness. They're worried that like people will see them fail, or that they can't. They're putting so much pressure on themselves not to fail, and so it causes a lot of fighting. And they're trying to find themselves. But I think what's beautiful about them is they're men, and so they fight, and then it goes away, and then they find it. But they have a common goal. They really do love to sing, so I think they'll be fine. But you'll see a lot of fighting with them, and you'll see me and Drea trying to pick up the pieces on our own, kind of the pieces that we didn't even make, kind of broke, and we didn't even break it, and we're like trying to sweep it up ourselves.
So is there going to be a lot of you in the next season, or is it?
I was there every day. I was there, and it was on my own. Sometimes Drea was there, sometimes she wasn't, because she had to go fix some stuff at home. So it was just me and 6 guys, which is great, because I'm a guy girl, so it was great,
Right.
It was fun. It was hard.
Right.
It's very hard, not knowing what the next step is going to be. My teacher said, I'd like you to draw an alter ego. Who would be your alter ego? And, I had been performing when I was before all of this, and everyone else used to say I was different on stage than I was in person. And so, like, I created with this, I had a lot of insecurities growing up, and so does every kid, but that was the person that I never was insecure on stage. Never. Like, I always felt like that was home. You know what I mean? And so I created Danity Kane based on that. And then the girls asked for a name way later, and that name just kind of stuck with me. And I was like, what about this? And I told them the story about it. And that's how that's how it came. But the character was always there. I just gave the comic book so people could see the reality of how she was actually created.
Can you tell us a bit about the story of Danity?
Yes. I'll make it short because it's a lot. But she's a woman out of this world. She's an alien. But she looks like us, very beautiful. She's from a place called Jetspire, which is another planet. And basically she can control people with her voice. She's a singer. That's what they do. That's their world. That's what they are. But they protect Earth. And of course there's this villain who owns a record label as a front. Hint, 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 hint. And he wants to take over Earth, yeah? And so they kidnap her and take her over to Earth, and she joins the record label not knowing what the record label is, and becomes huge. And thus the triangle of who's honest, who's not, who's real, who's not, and how she fights evil to protect us, basically. It's really cool.
Do you draw it all yourself?
Yes, I did the sketches, and then I gave it to an illustrator, and he did it for me.
Are people surprised that's sort of your other talent?
People don't know. Because, we have a show, and then we have a group, and so everyone has roles. Everyone only kind of sees one side of me, which is totally fine, but I've got many sides.
Right.
So it's good that I got an opportunity to show this one.
How has the response been from comic book?
Amazing. Like, I never thought it would be that big, and I never thought it would be that hard, because I had to do it all on my own. Because distributors don't necessarily gravitate to new things. Anything in the recession right now, no one's gravitating to anything new, so I kind of had to do it all on my own. So hopefully it gets big enough and we can get it out into the Barnes and Nobles and Borders and bookstores everywhere.